All right, it's 2021. The season's about to get started. Let's find out what's in the bag. So starting off, we'll start off with the putters. I have a Pure. This is a 0 medium Pure, and I typically use this one solely for putting. There may be a soft approach shot here and there, but it's typically just for putting. I also bag a 0 hard, which I use as a putter and also as an approach disc. It just depends on the situation. The 0 Octo is my throwing putter. This is one of my favorite putters. It is an ace disc, so I'm a little timid when it comes to throwing it, but I haven't found another Pure that quietly flies just like this one does. So that is why it's still in the bag. I also have this infinite disc Tomb, or as we call it, Tom B. So this is in concrete, and the reason why it's in concrete because I want it a little bit more overstable than the Tomb typically is. For those approach shots. It flies pretty straight on forehand and then dumps at the end, but doesn't dump hard, so it's really predictable. You want something to dump hard, then you're going to want the Infinite Disc Ruin. So the Infinite Disc Ruin is much more overstable than the Tomb, and it, again, is used for those shots that you need with a stable putter, whether it's a backhand or forehand. It will do the job. Moving on to my mid-ranges. This is an Innova Disc Atlas. Now this one is slightly seasoned. Okay, it's really seasoned. It's really seasoned. But it is a very understable mid for me. It's the most understable mid that I carry. One of my favorite discs in my bag is my Infinite Disc Inca. Now this is the P blend, and this is the first run that they had. This one comes in at 173 grams. It's a little seasoned, so it flies like perfectly for me right now. I get a little nervous when it hits a tree, because I know it's slowly getting overbeat in, I guess. So right now it's perfectly seasoned. I don't want to over season it, but it's going to happen at some point. So when that does happen, I have this P blend Inca in the bag, ready to take its place. So it's slowly getting beat in as well. This one comes in at 180 grams. And I have another one that will take this place once this one moves down in the slot. So I have a line of Incas lined up, ready to go. And if I like Incas, you can just assume that I like Rock 3s. So this Rock 3 has been in my bag for, well, in and out of my bag. This is one of the first discs I got when I was introduced to disc golf. All right, moving on to the fairway driver category. Now this is a disc that I never thought I would have in my bag just because I'm just so against 7-speeds. I hate 7-speed discs. They just didn't feel right in my hand, and just no matter how good it was, I just couldn't have it until I threw the Centurion. So Centurion is a 7-speed. This one is 170 grams, and this is the I blend. So this is one of the first ones that I put in my bag, and it's just so good that I had to keep it. There was no way I could live without that flight. So it's been in the bag for a little bit. It is a little bit more seasoned, but I still love the flight. Still very predictable. I don't know. I can't say enough about the Centurion. I just love it. Should definitely try one out. This is another Centurion that I have. This one comes in at 171. I do get a little nervous throwing this one because it's black, and we know black discs can sometimes disappear in broad daylight. So a little nervous about that one, but that one's a little bit more overstable than the other one. The Exodus, another stupid 7-speed driver. Oh my God, it's so good. I don't know what else to say. It's just a good disc. If you haven't tried one, you should definitely try it out. Now, the Exodus and the Centurion were the first two 7-speeds that made impactful stays in my bag. So I do rave a lot about those. Moving up to the Sphinx. Now the Sphinx is similar to a Sidewinder, but slightly different. Now this one is my very understable Sphinx. Now this Sphinx, it's a pretty stamp, ain't it? Look at that. Such a pretty stamp. Now this Sphinx is a lot more stable than my Fliffy Sphinx. There probably is room in the bag for a disc, another Sphinx in between them. Everyone knew this was coming at some point. This is my Thunderbird. It's been in the bag since the very first got it. Still has Joseph Gunn's name on it. Look at there. I don't want anyone telling me the value of this disc because I don't care. I have to throw it. This is my Nate Sexton Firebird. This is from the 2017. Let's talk about this thing. This is a Scepter. Infinite Disc, C blend, meat hook. It's gonna move to the left or to the right depending on how you throw it. This is my Infinite Disc Maya. I love this disc. I get jealous when I see other people with it because I don't want them to have it. I want all of the Mayas. That's how much I like this disc. I have about 4 or 5 in stock back there, but this is the one that's in the bag right now. This is my Glow Turn. I can't say enough about this disc. I love it. It's in the bag, it's been in the bag, it's gonna stay in the bag, and that's the end of it. The Innova Disc Emperor Kona Edition 2020. I was first a little disappointed, I'm not gonna lie, when I got it, because I wanted to replace the other iBlend Emperor that I accidentally threw into a small creek that never came back. But it did, it had a slightly different flight, but I began to love the flight of this one as well too. So that is the Emperor. I also have my Star Boss. This has been in my bag for a while. Comes in at 167 grams. This is a Pharaoh, but this is a flippy Pharaoh. I think this is the Run 3 iBlend. So, man, this thing is flippier than the strikes that I have. It's just crazy. But when thrown correctly, it goes a freaking mile. I also have this Pharaoh, which is the Infinite Disc Dave Fehlberg version. It is more overstable, much more overstable than the other Pharaoh that I have, the Run 3. I also have this Flippy Strike. Now, it would probably go in between those two Pharaohs as far as stability, but it is still a good distance driver for me, very controllable, a little bit more controllable than the other Pharaoh. And there's no bag that's not complete if you don't have an overstable distance driver. So this is my Ellen Widboom Excalibur. And yeah, before, when I first got the disc, wasn't sure about it, but you definitely need an overstable distance driver just for those situations when you need it. That right there concludes what's in my bag for the start of the 2021 season. You'll notice that some of my bags have a stamp on them. This is what the stamp started out being, was the Incredible Hulk stamp, and it was a play on Hulk Smash for one, and also my friend saying that I ran like the Incredible Hulk. I don't run like the Incredible Hulk anymore because I don't run because of my knees. But the stamp has evolved into just being a fist. So that is typically my stamp that you'll find on my disc once it becomes bag worthy. I would like to thank Infinite Disc for having me on the team for another year. And to all the viewers, if you see me out on the course, wave, say hello, let me know. And let's go out and explore some infinite possibilities. Throw what you love.